Usha, how are you?
Hello, Sarina. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking. Ladies and gentlemen, here with us is Usha Pandey, and she is head of legal from Daraz. And she's experienced in working in companies like Huawei Technology and now in Daraz. So her thoughts will be on protecting brands in the age of digital economy. So let's welcome Usha. And Usha, thank you so much for being here. We are really honored to have you here. And thank you so much for your time. And you can start your presentation now after sharing your screen.
Okay, sure. So I can immediately start my presentation, right?
Yeah, right. And I'll ask the audience that if during her presentation, if someone is having any question related to her presentation, you can drop in the chat or in the QA session, and we will make sure to get answer all of your question at the end of session.
Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yeah, I can see your screen perfectly.
Okay, so I would like to start my presentation. So at
Okay.
first, I would like to thank Platinum Global Solution for inviting me as a keynote speaker in 14th Global Brand Protection and Innovation Conference. So I'm very grateful that I'm able to present in the topic that is like quite emerging in these days. So the topic of my presentation is protecting brands in the age of digital economy.
Hi,
Okay, so
Usha.
first of all, moving from the background. So the topic mainly came after the COVID, I think, because of the COVID pandemic and along with the like introduction of new kind of technologies. Due to this reason, like there has been a shift of consumer behavior from like physical shopping or shopping through malls to the online shopping and e-commerce business. So which is one of the major part of the digital economy. So I would say this topic is quite emerging because of this reason. And with this type of shift, like different kind of challenges are emerging, and brands are becoming more and more vulnerable because everything is going digital and everything like it is very easy to access those kind of informations in through online medium. So like selling of counterfeit goods and then other kind of like IP infringement issues are being common these days. So with the shift of this kind of technology, many different challenges are also being introduced. So the major one would be like brand protection because with the change of digital economy, our brands are becoming more and more vulnerable. So like consumers often buy different kind of counterfeit goods. They think that like it is a true brand or true kind of trademark. So believing them to be true and genuine, they usually buy those kind of goods because of which that like the problem is occurring. So as the counterfeiters or different kind of people, they use the picture of authentic products in the internet or in different kind of platforms. So consumers are not able to identify like which is the true product and which is the false one. So because of this reason, like many problems are occurring. So it is very challenging to protect brands in the age of digital economy because previously like even though it was challenging previously as well, but in this phase like we can copy everything, we can just like include some kind of information from some website, and then we can use that information without any kind of source. We can copy the image of like of any kind of company or any kind of brand. So it's becoming very challenging to protect those kind of brands in the age of digital economy. So my presentation would mostly be focused in three different parts. One is like what is the digital economy, what kind of things are covered by digital economy, and second one would be what is brand abuse, and third one would be like finding the challenges, like what are the challenges that has been occurring in the digital economy due to brand related issues, and what are the solutions for those challenges. So, firstly, defining the digital economy. What is digital economy? So, there is one assistant director of United States Bureau of Census, whose name is Thomas Masonberg. So, he defined or he categorized digital economy as one would be e-business infrastructure, second is e-business, and third is e-commerce. So, like even if we understand that digital economy means any kind of like economic activities that is conducted over internet, but it covers a wide range of issues. Like for example, first one would be infrastructure. So in order to do e-business economy or e-business kind of activities, we need a proper infrastructure, which includes like hardware, software, telecom business, networks, and human capital. So this is the proper infrastructure for e-business or digital economy. And second one would be the proper business that is conducted through internet. So internet or any other kind of computer mediated networks. So that is the business. And third one would be e-commerce. So e-commerce means like transfer of any kind of goods through the medium of internet, like selling different kind of products over internet through e-commerce platform or marketplace platforms. So these different kind of categories are included under the digital economy. So now, what are the benefits of the digital economy? So at first, we will talk about the benefits of digital economy, and then later we'll also talk about the challenges of digital economy, because brand protection is one of the challenges of digital economy. So at first, we will start with the benefits. So I think the benefit that has been occurring due to the digital economy is that the first one would be a new type of employment, because different kind of e-commerce companies, for example, Daraz, like Daraz is also an e-commerce company which is operating in different countries in Asia. So different kind of new types of employment will be generated due to digital economy. And then the second one would be a rise in e-commerce business. Obviously, with the advent of digital economy, there has been rise in different kind of e-commerce business, due to which like people are being able to shop from their home, and then it is being more convenient for people to do anything like over internet. And third one would be expansion of business opportunities. So not only like big kind of companies, but small and medium scale enterprises or medium scale companies or small companies, which like did not have much kind of advertisements, and like they did not have much access to different kind of platforms. Like they are also being able to show their products, or they are also being able to reflect their business through the medium of e-commerce. So I think expansion of business opportunity is also one of the major benefit of digital economy. And fourth one would be access to wide range of goods, because people during the time of COVID also, like people were able to like sit at their home, and then they were able to buy different kind of products through online medium. So wide range of products were available to them through the e-commerce platform. So I think this is also one of the benefit of the digital economy. And another one is transparency, because everything will be online, like from ordering the goods till the payment process. And if like you will find any kind of good that is not in accordance with your order, then you will be able to return those products as well. So it is a kind of quite transparent process. So I would say digital economy is beneficial to maintain this transparency as well. And lastly, economic growth. So with the age of digital economy, new kind of industries and new kind of companies are being established day by day, which is helping to helping in the growth of economy of different kind of countries. Like I would like to say, for example, in case of Nepal, so Nepal is still considered as developing countries or least developed country. So in countries like ours also, because foreign investment is allowed in the sector of e-commerce business, so many foreign companies, they are investing in Nepal, and because of which like different kind of e-commerce companies are being established, and because of that region, the companies are being able to provide employment to different kinds of people, and with this like they are paying taxes to government in huge amounts. So I think this has been able to contribute in economic growth of country as well. So these are the major benefits of the digital economy. Now I would be moving towards the challenges of digital economy. So, like everything has its own pros and cons. So, even though like there are a lot of advantages, there are different kind of disadvantages and challenges of digital economy as well. So, the first one would be as everything is done over the internet and it can be accessible to like different kind of people. It is very the information are very public. So, the first one challenge would be data security and privacy concerns. Because individual information, personal information are being provided to different kind of websites and companies due to which many individuals are suffering like their problems like infringement of their personal information or data security related problem. So this is one of the major challenges of digital economy. And second one would be digital media manipulation. So different kind of websites are like creating different images and videos which through which like people are being manipulated towards different kind of issues. So digital media manipulation is also one of the major drawback of digital economy. So everything is able, people are able to get every kind of information through social media or different kind of platforms. So it is very accessible to people. So people can like easily manipulate others. So this is also one of the major drawback. And third one would be plagiarism and copyright issues. So people have created their own art and which like they usually upload through the internet or through the social medias, but like people can easily copy those kind of information and those art and work. So this is also one of the major drawback that is being occurred in the digital economy era. And cyber security is another issue along with the different kind of new technology. Different kind of problems are also being raised, and anonymity and fake persona. So people are creating different kind of usernames and accounts in the name of other person's name, due to which like different problems are being occurred. Like if anyone conducts any kind of crime, then it's very difficult to trace like who did the actual crime, because the username or account would be open in the different other person's name as well. So this is also one of the challenges of digital economy. And last one would be brand abuse, I think, which is the most important topic for today as well. So because companies they have like different kind of brands, they have registered their trademark, their logo, which is like quite different, and they use this kind of brand in order to identify their product. Like they want to differentiate their products, goods or services from other products and services. So I think brand is the major kind of property of an individual or of a company. So brand protection is the important issue. So I think due to in the era of this digital economy, brand abuse is happening very fastly. So I think this is one of the major challenges of digital economy that we need to focus on. So, firstly, I would like to describe what is the brand abuse, like what is the major concept of brand abuse. So, brand abuse can come in different kind of categories. So, one would be counterfeit products. Different companies are producing different kind of goods in the name of some other company. Like there is for example, there is a famous brand named A, which is owned by a multinational company, but another one like small company is also manufacturing like goods under the named A, under the famous brand name A. So, and that is not the original good. It's just kind of replicate goods. So, counterfeit products are being produced day by day. So, this is also one of the best example of brand abuse. And second one would be rogue websites. Like people are creating websites through which they are doing illegal kind of businesses, or they are producing fake products and then selling it online. So this is also one of the example of brand abuse. And another one would be like copyright piracy. As I told before, people they have their own work or their art, but other people are copying those kind of work as well, which is also one of the brand abuse. And trademark sweating, like I think this is very common in developing countries because people are registering famous trademarks in their own name, and then later they want to sell that trademark. Like whenever the original owner comes to that country and they want to register in their country. So trademark squatting is very common, I think, in mostly in Asian countries. So this is also one of the brand abuse. And patent theft, like you have your own kind of invention which you have registered, but some other people is like copying your invention, so it is known as patent theft. And social media impersonation or identity theft, as I stated before, like individuals identity is being copied, and then people are creating different username and then conducting business under that username. So this is also one of the major point of brand abuse. Usually, like brand is one of the major property of a company, and in order to protect the loss of revenue of a company, and also to protect a company's image, reputation, as well as overall value, brand is very important. So if you protect your brand properly, then you will be able to prevent this brand abuse. So it's very important that you protect your brand because it is one of the like fundamental property of your company. Before moving towards the solution, so I would like to talk about the challenges. What are the challenges that are being faced by different companies in the age of digital economy? I think the first one would be locating the counterfeiter, because everything is happening in internet, and then it's very difficult to know who is conducting those kind of illegal business. So lack of access to manufacturer or importer or of the counterfeit goods, due to which it's very difficult to locate the actual counterfeiter. For example, different businesses, like different companies are importing different goods from outside, from overseas, which they are selling in their domestic market. So it's difficult to trace like from where they brought this product, and then who is the original manufacturer of this product. So it's very difficult to locate that thing. Second one would be like budgetary commitment, because protecting brand in the digital platform is very continuous and long process, because companies, they need to monitor very effectively, and they need to take action in the online environment as well. So I think it's very like money, you need to invest a lot in this process. You need constant monitoring over your brand protection, and then you need to take action, like if anyone is infringing your intellectual property or your brand or not. So you need to commit a kind of you need to make a budgetary commitment in order to control this process. And third one would be jurisdictional issue. So as I told before, like counterfeit goods, they can originate in one country and can be like displayed for sale in another country's platform. So due to which, like it becomes very difficult to initiate any kind of case against that infringer, because there may be some kind of jurisdictional issue that you will not be able to file case in another country. The another country may not be like signatory to some kind of convention relating to protection of brand. So jurisdictional issues can also be the another challenge. And e-commerce related, lastly, e-commerce related issues. So because many e-commerce websites, that they need to display a lot of products, a lot of brands on day-to-day basis. So it's very difficult to trace, like sometimes if the product that the seller is displaying over the internet or over the platform is the original owner or not. So it becomes very difficult, because a lot of brands are being displayed day by day. So I think this is also one of the major challenges. And another challenge would be like identifying the liability, because in many scenarios, e-commerce business are the mediator or only a kind of platform who usually provides a space for displaying those kind of products. So it becomes very difficult sometimes that if the e-commerce company needs to be made liable for this kind of things or not, like if the original seller needs to be liable, or if e-commerce company also needs to be liable. So these kind of issues are also very challenging. So yeah, these are the major challenges that people face or companies face in the brand protection area in the digital economy. So yeah, as I have already briefed about what are the challenges that people face or companies face in the sector of brand protection in the digital economy. Now I would like to proceed towards a solution. So what can be done in order to like minimize this kind of issues or totally control this kind of issues? So I think the major first one would be registration of brand, because registration is the most important thing. Like if you have any kind of trademark or brand, like design, patent, or any other form of intellectual property, the main or the first thing you need to do is register your trademark at the appropriate government authorities. Because if you register, if you are legally the owner of such brand or trademark, then like no one can do anything against you. Like if any of the counterfeiter is producing those kind of goods, or if any of your intellectual property is being infringed, then you can obviously claim to the appropriate authorities and get appropriate compensation, and also get an injunction to stop those person from like producing those kind of goods. So I think the registration of brand is the most important thing that companies need to do in order to protect their brand, even if it is an online platform as well. And second one would be enforcing your IP rights. So even if you register your trademark or brands, And if you do not use your trademark, then like such kind of non-use may even result in the cancellation of trademarks. In different countries, they have this law that like even if you register your trademark and you will not like use such trademark for 3 years or 5 years, then it will automatically be cancelled. So even if you register your trademark or your brands, you need to make sure that you use it as much as possible, like it is visible to people or the government authorities or any other companies as much as possible, so that if like you have any kind of claim against the other person, then you can properly prove that I have registered my trademark and I have been using this trademark since a long period of time. So this is also one of the important points. And third one is protection under the international treaties. So there are different kind of international conventions and treaties to which different companies are parties of. For example, Paris Convention, which usually protects different kind of well-known marks and then those kind of trademarks to which the people are parties to the convention. And second one is like Madrid system. Under this system, if you pay a certain kind of fees at one country, then you will be able to get protection to like different kind of countries, to a maximum up to 120 countries. So if those countries are like a member, or if those countries are signatory to this convention, then you will be able to receive protection in all these countries. So signing this kind of agreement conventions is also one of the major tasks which a country can do, so that the companies can get protection over their brands. And TRIPS agreement, similar to other agreements, TRIPS agreement is also one of the major agreement that is relating to intellectual property. So if your country is signatory to this kind of convention, then it becomes very easy to protect your brands. So even if your country is not a party to this convention, then I think like we need to recommend the government in order to be signatory to this kind of convention, so that we can protect our brand more effectively. And another one solution would be reducing production of counterfeit goods. So if you try to eliminate the counterfeit products on online platform, then it will significantly reduce the motivation to produce them. So in any manner, if you find some kind of counterfeit products, then it's better that you take some kind of action against it. And then after that, I think as long as you take more and more action, then it will obviously help in reducing the production of counterfeit products. Uh, Another one would be increasing your market share. Like dealing with the counterfeiters to make them liable for their actions will obviously help brands in increasing their share in the market. So you need to make sure that you make those kind of counterfeiters liable by like taking strict action against them at the government authorities. And another one would be encouraging investment in your brand. So obviously companies need to invest a lot in marketing and brand protection related issues in any form, like through digital form or through any other kind of physical form. So investment in brand is the major one. And like nowadays, people are also using different kind of tracking software. For example, e-commerce companies are also using different kind of software, where the software can scan like online channels and then websites and marketplaces, or like social commerce networks and mobile apps, to detect like if your intellectual property is being violated or not, like if your intellectual property is being infringed by any person or not. So this software usually tracks keywords or images as well. So I think using this kind of tracking software will also help in protecting your brand during the age of this digital economy. And another one would be strong monitoring. So counterfeiters usually sell and advertise their products to different platforms, like B2B, business to business platforms, or it can be e-commerce sites as well, or like different social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, so these kind of things. So I think if the company is like proactive enough to keep a close eye on these kind of social medias and spaces to detect like if their brand is being infringed or not, then I think it will also help in order to protect your brand more effectively. Another one would be coordinating with e-commerce platforms. So because it's very easy to sell these kind of products through a website or through any other kind of e-commerce platform. So I think it's better that companies like coordinate with the e-commerce platforms in order to protect their brand, like brands. Like if you find that any kind of e-commerce company is selling your product, then like you can ask or coordinate with the e-commerce platform to issue like different kind of takedown notices, or like for example, Amazon had this kind of project or program named brand registry, where like they were effectively checking upon like if the brand, who is the brand owner and who is the like owner of that product, and if any other products are being sold in the same name in the counterfeit manner or not. So I think coordinating with e-commerce platform is also one of the solution in order to protect your brand. And I think this is the major one, that educating customers. So people need to, companies need to educate customers as much as possible to know, and like this is the original brand and this is the counterfeit brand, or this is the original good and this is the counterfeit good. So the companies need to educate people more about like original good, how to differentiate between original and the counterfeit goods, and also about like if such kind of people, if they are buying through the any e-commerce platform or those kind of things, then like consumers can be educated about the refund and return policy. So if anyone ordered something and then found that the product is some kind of counterfeit goods, then customers can be made aware about refund and return policy. So this is also one of the major solution. And enforcement mechanism. So as I told before, like removing IP infringement from online marketplace and then social media websites and through different kind of mechanisms would also be one of the major solution in this regard. And NDAs with partners, so non-disclosure agreements. So whenever you do any kind of business with your partner companies, then make sure that you sign this non-disclosure agreement so that your patent or any kind of secret formula or secret brand is not disclosed anywhere. So these are the major points that would be a kind of recommendation if like anyone is finding very challenging to protect your brand in the era of digital economy. So moving forward, I think I have covered most of the issues. So my conclusion would be that in this kind of, in this generation, in this scenario, in this age, like consumer want companies to focus more about societal issues and also issues relating to different kind of like people and society. So I think now consumer trust those kind of brands which are more socially conscious and responsible, which are more responsible towards people. So I think this is also one of the important points that the companies need to focus when protecting their brand, and becoming proactive by using a customer-centric approach, like creating from a website and coordinating with authentic e-commerce company will obviously help in ensuring sustainability. So we need to make sure that whenever you create any kind of strategy, it will be customer-centric kind of strategy, so that customers will find your brand very sustainable and like very easy or protective. And another one would be like to conclude, branding is not just about creating a strategy, but also about protecting and enforcing the intellectual property rights. So make sure that your brand is registered with the government authorities for effective protection. And in case like if your brand is being infringed, or if any kind of counterfeit goods are being produced, then make sure that you file for the complaint with the government authorities so that you get appropriate compensation, and the counterfeiters will be discouraged from like producing those kind of goods in future. So yeah, this would be the conclusion of my presentation. I think if you guys have any questions, then yeah, I can respond.
Hi, Usha, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, thank you so much for your wonderful session. And it was really very interesting session. I'll ask the audience that